What's going on, guys? This is Anthony, and I'm the artist commentator for Media League Game3, which is in Venture School. Before I start, I just want to thank everyone who took part. I know it takes a while to do any piece of artwork, and just kudos to all of you who did a submission. To kick things off, I want to talk about Blue Screen AI by Merrill High School. Off the bat, I just felt that this piece really reflected the theme of this whole entire thing. Forbes did that article about the flipped classroom model where teachers record and post video lectures in lieu of lecturing class, and it allowed students to learn in their own pace digitally. And you see the same kind of thing where a high school student is pairing with 3 digital panels, and he has these nifty headphones and a visor like Geordie LaForge in TNG. And you see on all these panels where he's like apparently learning, there are numerous purple hex panels on the screen. What's interesting using hex panels is the number of sides on a panel. A hex panel has 6, and numerologically it represents communication, interfacing, balance, and union, which is really, really cool. So you get that great theme there. And the colors were really, really good in this. I really enjoyed it. There were a lot of cool colors like blue, green, and light purple, and that just creates an atmosphere of serenity, and you see just a contrast between the darks and the lights, and I really enjoyed that artistically. A lot of rhythm here. The hexes repeated quite a bit. I like that little shiny thing glimmer at the bottom right. It makes the piece stand out a bit more. The other thing that really caught my attention when I took a look at this was that this piece was actually done in Photoshop, and it was done on a tablet. I think it was the Intuos for tablet, and I just was like, wow, this is a pretty cool piece done digitally, conveying a digital message. Next piece I'd like to talk about is the Faculty for Learning by Saints Drivers. So you have this kid whose head is receiving all sorts of information, and there's this whole theme of trad digital art, which basically combines traditional art and cartoonish art. So you have this sort of animation versus realistic thing. So you have this kid who represents reality, and he's receiving all this information. So you have crayons that probably represents an art course, a yin-yang symbol that represents religion, E equals MC square, which represents physics, origami kites, an Apple logo there that represents technology, a triple-stranded DNA thing that probably represents chemistry, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that definitely represents math, and you have this cool volume logo, and there's a stick person on the kid's brain as well. So I found that very, very cool that you have this little stick person maybe representing consciousness, or how he's opened his brain for all this mechanism for him to receive all these cool little objects. The earth has music for those who listen. You see that little thing going through, and it's a quote by philosopher George Santayana. Santayana, and I think it just conveys, that quote is very, very good, because it shows that we really listen or receive information not in one way, so we don't necessarily learn in the same way some of us are better learners through a digital medium. Some of us still need a pencil and a paper and to listen and take notes. So it's a great piece. And the facial expression is pretty cool on the kid's face, so he looks like he is in awe of learning and he's curious. And you see his lips a little bit open. And I do just enjoy this piece a lot. The last piece I want to review is Tests Don't Define You by John P. Stevens. So this kind of theme of that type of school, a school where we don't have tests, and tests is not a way for us to learn, it's a really controversial theme, because some people say we do need tests, if not we won't study. But I also do agree that we really do. In some subjects like languages, we memorize a lot, and I don't think we should be tested on memorization. A better way is to actually have the teacher, ask us questions and us to basically respond, and that's a better way. But so you have this student writing a test there, and there's a broken chair that seems to be larger in perspective than the door behind it. So I think that that's pretty cool. You again get this sort of surreal kind of element here, where you have an animated or sort of cartoonish like broken chair that's floating there, and that basically is good. There's a lot of good value light elements, so pretty good rendering of light, a lot of good shading in this piece. Although I would have to say that I'm not sure if it was a mistake that the student's arm is deformed on the left side, and I think it may have been because it symbolizes that the weight of having tests define you, and he's lifting that paper that looks a little, it's light, but apparently it's really heavy, and so I find that really cool. And that's about it. There were other great pieces, but those were the three that just stood out when I went through all the pieces, in terms of what I felt that was conveying the theme and that was artistically pleasing in my eyes. So I want to wrap it up, and I just want to encourage everyone to just keep going on and keep submitting. I'm really proud of you, really proud of you, because I know it does take time, it does take some thought, and good luck on the next round.